All right, good morning, folks. Last video we talked about how to set up your violin and viola every day for practicing and putting it away. This video is a more general maintenance style kind of thing. Tips and tricks to watch out for, things that you shouldn't do and things that you should do. My number one maintenance tip, I can't stress it enough, do not bring any water near the instrument. I've got my water bottle right here. Right, I'll take a drink out of it. It's very airtight. Even this really airtight bottle, I wouldn't put anywhere near my viola. I wouldn't even set it down. Take a quick drink, then put it over there. That's how dangerous it is, yeah? Thirsty. You cannot have water near the instrument. It is made of wood, and any water damage is near irreparable. It's really dangerous. That being said, make sure that you store your violin or viola in a very dry climate. Right, so right now I'm inside, obviously. In general, please keep your viola inside. I would highly advise against playing outside. You shouldn't be playing outside unless it's a special circumstance. Indoors, nice, cool rooms. Don't store it near the window. If you've got these big windows over here, I wouldn't put my viola near there. If your viola or violin's by the window, the temperature is going to go up and down, up and down. That's bad for the instrument. The instrument, you want it to be in as stable a condition as possible. So don't store it in the car, don't store it by the window, don't put it in the basement or the attic. Put it in your room, wherever you are. Anywhere away from windows, maybe just against the wall somewhere. I don't know, somewhere safe, somewhere secure. A lot of people like to store their instruments on its side. That's fine, I guess. I would really prefer if you stored your violin on a flat surface. So I've got, again, I'll show you once more per last video. The piano here, very flat surface. It's not gonna fall, it's not gonna tip over. Please do not store it upside down. A lot of my kids, I see videos of them practicing, and their instrument, in the case, it's stored like this, and it's really bad, because the bridge here, it's so fragile. And if you're storing your violin or viola upside down, that's a lot of pressure on the bridge right here, and that's dangerous. It's gonna fall over. I mean, it'll fall over anyway, given enough, but it's really fragile. Do not store it upside down. Right side up, maybe on its side, but I'd prefer it, on its back, like that. Checking for cracks. I know that we're just about to end winter, but, the weather and the humidity can make your violin or viola crack. So every day, make sure you inspect it. The common cracks, they happen down the back like this, little baby cracks. Some cracks can happen by the F-holes here. A little trick is that you can hold your violin or viola in one hand, and you can knock around it really gently, like this, listening for the hollow inside. And if you hear a bit of a smack, if you hear like this kind of sound, it means that there's an open seam. Apart from cracks, one of the other things I should mention, open seams. This part of your violin, like everything, there is this special glue that we use. And sometimes that glue can dry and then get old and crack. So make sure that you're watching out for those too. If your instrument is cracked or there's a seam open, I have some links in the description about where to go. Off the top of my head, David Mitchie, downtown, 1714 Locust. There's Mount Airy, Frederick Oster's violin shop. That's like Broad and Lombard, I think. But I've got stuff in the description. Make sure that your sound post is up. This is a tricky one. I don't know if I can even show you on video. Inside your violin and viola, you've got this little tiny, wooden pole, and it stands upright. And I don't even know if I can show you. It's going to be really, really hard on the video. But if you look in the F-hole right there, you might be able to see it. You can see it if I can even point to it. Right about there on the inside. Really hard to see, but it's that little thing. Yeah, that's called the sound post. If that falls down, a luthier can also put that up. That's not usually a big deal, but it's important because if the sound post falls and you still play your violin or viola, then that's a lot of pressure on the strings that's not being counteracted, and then your violin can snap. It's really crazy. Other common maintenance things is the cleaning with it. Do not use any chemical agents. Do not use water. Only dry cleaning. Not like laundry. I mean with a dry cloth. I've got a dry cloth here somewhere. I think it's part of my case. Right, so when I'm done playing, or even just in general, I'll take my violin or viola and wipe it down nice. I can do the strings, I can do the wood, I can do the back if it's dusty, but mainly you're gonna find it on the tops of the strings here where the rosin is, and right around the bridge. You don't want the rosin to cake on the wood. Again, I cannot stress it enough. It's happened to a lot of my kids. Only dry cloths. This cloth has never been wet. It's never been under the sink. It's never been in the bathtub. Only dry. It's actually really, I need a new one. It's really old. But water damage is terrible. Please. Another common maintenance thing is that your bow might be stuck, either too tight or too loose. Those are things that the luthier can also fix. If you loosen your bow too much, this frog is going to fall off. If you tighten it too much, your bow's going to snap. There's a nice Goldilocks zone per last video where, the hair is tight, but the bow is still smiling at you, right? From a lateral viewpoint, you can kind of see it's curved a bit this way, right? A little curved. That's a nice view, right? Very curved. You can also look at it from this way, smiling at you. That's the big thing. And those are the top 5, really. No water, don't store it upside down, clean it with a very dry cloth, loosen your bow, always store it with a loose bow, and check for cracks every now and then. Those are the big top 5 things. And I'll put more videos out in the future about instrument maintenance, about specific things. As we're approaching summer, you might want to consider storing your violin in a less humid area. Typically, we want to store it around 40%, 50% humidity. Your standard air-conditioned room should be fine though. That's about it though, I think. And of course, per last video, please be gentle. They're not toys, right? We love touching them, but they need a break every now and then. So yeah, that's basically it. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more string project videos.